Yes, my people, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rum. So I have an early review for you today. We have the latest colorway from the Nike Dunk in hand before the release. We have the Nike Dunk Low in the Midas Gold colorway. We're going to be taking a closer look at this shoe. Check this out. Yes, my people, what is good? So we have an early look at the Nike Dunk Low Retro in the Midas Gold colorway. But before we get into the review, I think we need to have a conversation about how Nike is absolutely ruining these Dunk Lows in 2021. So I know Nike do plan their releases a few months or at least sometimes a year in advance, but I just think they saw the resurgence and the hype of the Dunk in 2020. All the Dunks they released in 2020 had the best material. Some absolute bangers dropped in 2020 and they saw the hype for it got to an all-time high. And in my opinion, I think they saw that as an opportunity to make more money from the Nike Dunk by cutting corners, in my opinion, because these 2021 Dunks, they have literally the worst, cheapest leather you can find anywhere on any shoe, and they just slap them on there, release them to everyone in every colorway. Every week there's a new colorway that drops. They also made it look like they're more accessible by giving them to retailers that never normally get them, like ASOS and places like that, which normally never gets them. Make them seem more accessible, but in reality they only get a few pairs and they sell out absolutely so quick. Instantly they sell out and then you missed it. All of this, in my opinion, is fine, but where I find a problem is I feel like they're cutting corners and they're giving us a really product, in my opinion. This leather is unacceptable for any shoe, in my opinion. Like, it's just awful. Compared to what we got last year, the leather was so good. I just feel like they're cutting corners. But anyway, that's my rant over. Let's get back to the review. So the Midas Gold will be dropping in the UK on Monday, the 11th of October with a retail price of £90. I believe there is going to be a worldwide release as well, so be worth checking your local places to see where. In the UK, we have the Soul Supply app, and if you want to check out all the raffles, you can go and check out where you can buy these from when they release on Monday. These are now live on the Nike app, and that's where I actually got exclusive access to purchase these from the Nike app the other day, and they actually turned up today. So quick early review on these sneakers. So this colorway, very interesting. I see a lot of people calling these the McDonald's because they resemble the McDonald's logo. That's probably where they got the inspiration from, and I do think this is one of the better colorways to drop this year. We've seen some really nice colorways, we've seen some awful ones, but this is one of the better ones. I do really like this colorway, but I think that's literally the only good thing about this shoe, and that's the colorway. The materials are absolutely awful. I think Nike missed the trick here. They should have made this shoe with some better materials. It's a retro as well. It should have been so much better. The materials could have been so much nicer. They could have put a better leather on it, but they've just put this synthetic plastic leather on it, and it literally just ruined the shoe, in my opinion. But if you think about it, most of the people who are buying Dunks these years don't really care about the leather and the materials and the quality control. They just care about the colorway and what the shoe looks like, what the shoe feels like on feet. So it is kind of understandable and justified, but considering what we got last year, it could have been so much better, in my opinion. When it comes to sizing on these, I always find going true to size is always the best policy when it comes to the Nike Dunk. The SB Dunks is where you have to go half a size up because the fit is different, but when a regular Nike Dunk, go true to size, you can't go wrong. So even though I really do not like the 2021 Dunks, when these drop on Monday, these will sell out instantly. You won't be able to find a pair of these for retail when they first drop, unless you're lucky you win on a raffle or you hit on the Nike app. But the good news is on the secondary market, you will be able to pick these up for pretty much around retail or just above retail, because we're still in the buyer's market. So anyone who wants a pair of these should be able to get them for retail or just above retail. You get them for a reasonable price, which is good. So these are definitely one to keep an eye on when it comes to the release. If you don't get them on the release day, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to pick them up right after for a decent price. So my final thoughts on the Nike Dunk Low in the Midas Gold colorway. I do think it's a very nice colorway. I do think it's going to sell out absolutely instantly. Everyone's going to be wanting a pair of these. My only problem is, and it's always the problem with the 2021 Dunks, is that we are getting some awful materials. The only good materials we get are on the SB Dunks, and that's kind of justified, but on these we're getting some awful materials, and I think that is the only problem. So I think this is definitely a really nice colorway, in my opinion. I didn't think I would like red and yellow I didn't think it would go that well together, but actually seeing it, it does go really well together. And I do think this is a bit of a weird shoe though, because this colorway is more for summer. We're heading into autumn and winter now. So I'm not really sure about the imagination behind the release of this shoe, but it's out, fire colorway. And I think this is definitely one to watch. I wouldn't say this is definitely a must cut, but if you're in the market for a Nike Dunk, you'll be able to pick these up for a decent price as well. You won't be paying an arm and a leg for these. So that's my final thoughts. One to watch. Yes, my people, that is it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button below and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers, so peace.